Okay, today we are going to look at UFO sightings. To me, that kind of looks like a plane. Not a plane, a helicopter close to the ground. No, I'm not reading this. I just wanted to look at this. This is what people seen. We're actually going to go on YouTube and see UFO sightings. So, let's do it. News itching. Okay, this one's coming up, so let's see what this is. Okay, global news, 2 minutes long.
I'm committed to doing all I can, so my doctor and I chose Perlenta. But if there's a thing, day after day for nearly 2 years, U.S. Navy pilots would encounter this unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAP, while flying off the coast of Florida.
I don't see an exhaust plume.
No exhaust plumes, no markings, no wings, but caught on a U.S. Navy camera in 2014 and verified this year by the Pentagon.
Well, there's no question that this is really attracting a lot of attention. The videos can be interpreted in a lot of ways. We simply don't have enough information or all the information to really evaluate them. But the experiences that are reported by the pilots are something else entirely.
Indeed, that's just what a former U.S. president said Monday on a late-night talk show.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory.
And these sightings are more common than you might think. In 2020, the year of the pandemic, Canadians reported more than 1,200 UFO sightings. That's almost 3 a day, a nearly 50% increase over the number of sightings in 2019.
People perhaps were spending more time outside their homes.
Wait a minute. Does that mean that China might be lying? COVID might not be from China. Well, maybe. But it might actually be from you aliens in China.
Looking up rather than inside venues, being able to see the sky a little bit more, and spending more time to appreciate what's up there.
But it is accounts from reliable sources like those U.S. Navy pilots that have authorities taking UAPs and UFOs more seriously than ever before.
There was 4 of us in the airplanes literally watching this thing for roughly about 5 minutes.
So your mind tries to make sense of it. I'm going to categorize this as maybe a helicopter or maybe a drone, and when it disappeared, I mean, it was just...
So I go like this, and it's climbing still. When it gets right in front of me, it just disappears.
Next month, U.S. national security agencies will provide more information about what's out there, with some unclassified reports delivered to the U.S. Congress. David Aiken, Global News, Ottawa.
This insane system keeps pumping out giant 14,000.
Okay. So what if aliens are actually in China?
But if there's a thing, day after day for nearly 2.
Okay. Let's see. Now we might not understand this, Okay. Okay, let's see this. This is the news.
Welcome back. The Biden administration once again gives China a break. The U.S. Treasury is postponing the ban on trades with companies linked to the Chinese military. The new restrictions now apparently will be postponed until June 11th instead of later this month, which was the date that the Trump administration had instituted. Meanwhile, other lawmakers are stepping in to push back on Beijing. Senator Marco Rubio spoke on the threat of Americans doing business in China, saying, quote, "This indeed did create short-term profits and extravagant wealth for some, but in the process, it began transforming America from a country that invents and makes things into one that increasingly just finances and buys them." Joining me right now is the man himself, Florida Senator, Senate Intel Committee Vice Chairman, and member of the Senate Appropriations and Foreign Relations Committees, Marco Rubio. Senator, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Good morning.
Well, that's why we have COVID. They freaking deliver stuff to us.
So first, the U.S. removes Jiamu, am I saying that right? Jiamu from the blacklist. The Trump administration had put this Chinese company on the blacklist. They removed that. And now they're postponing the time of a ban for trading in Chinese companies.
Yes,
tied to the
do that.
military. What's going on with the Biden administration and its policy toward China?
What's going on is that there are a lot of people on Wall Street that stand to make a lot of money on investments they've made in these companies, or people that are doing business, companies, corporations that are doing business in China, and the Chinese government is leaning on them. And yes, you know, the Wall Street and the financial class gave a lot more money to Democrats than Republicans in the last cycle, and will do so again in the next cycle. And so they will lean on the White House and say, we can't do this, it's bad for our business, it's bad for America. This is good old-fashioned lobbying. The difference is influence lobby, that the Chinese have figured out how to influence our system. And this is typical of what's been going on in this country for 20 years. It didn't happen for the last 4, but it's happening again, and it's bad for America. American investors.
As much as I would love to see this, but
So do you
we're doing
then
UFOs,
support the
not.
legislation or the bills coming out that basically say, look, for example, the trust fund should not be investing in Chinese companies tied to the military, that we should have, in fact, this ban on trading of Chinese companies?
Yeah, there's about 3 or 4 different bills out there that deal with this issue in different ways. And not only do I support them, I helped write. I wrote 2 or 3 of them, and so I definitely want to see that as part of anything we do now in this.
They had growing up, if in fact we're living in a China empire, that's for sure. And that brings me to all of these UFO sightings. We've talked about this a fair amount at this point. And the
Yes,
last
we've
time
seen
we
this
spoke,
one.
we talked about Congress being briefed on UFOs next month, and whether or not what you're seeing in the air is some kind of technology from an adversary like China. I spoke with former Director of Intelligence John Ratcliffe back in March on this topic. Here's what Ratcliffe told me. Listen to this. Have unidentified flying objects been seen?
Well, sure. We have lots of reports about what we call unidentified.
I know who it is. That's Superman. Look at it. Still at it. That's Superman.
Aerial phenomenon. There are a lot more sightings than have been made public. Sometimes we wonder whether or not our adversaries have technologies that are a little bit further down the road than we thought or that we realized.
Senator, is that what it is? What do you think this is, these phenomenon that you're seeing?
I don't know. We don't know, and that's the problem. And let me be clear, I haven't seen anything. I'm going off what our military men and their radars and their eyesight is telling them. And there's multiple highly trained, highly competent people. There's stuff flying in our airspace. We don't know what it is. We need to find out. That's my position on it.
It's COVID. It's COVID supply crates. That's what I got. COVID. China man's transported COVID, but thinking it's vaccines. Nah. Yeah, it's
June,
aliens.
with the FBI report?
Oh, it's
I
Superman.
think we'll find out more. I'm not sure they'll have all the answers. I hope they do. Maybe there's a simple explanation for all this. But I think at least we're starting to answer the question. For years, no one was even answering the question because of the stigma about little green men.
Yes, you're right. Thanks for bringing up the topic. UFOs sighted every day for the last 2 years, we're being told. Senator Marco Rubio, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you, sir. We'll be right back.
Yes. That's what we need. And let's do one more in America. Okay, let's see this.
We finally found our dream home in the mountains.
It is bear country, though.
Hey, boo-boo! We hit the jackpot! Bear, look! Corn on the cob!
Ooh, chicken. At least Geico makes bundling our home car insurance easy.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
A serious close encounter. This time you see here was caught on camera flying past the SpaceX rocket just minutes after liftoff last week. Transportation correspondent Gio Benitez is tracking the story. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, George, good morning. Yeah, the internet lighting up with questions over this video. Did the object come from the rocket or from somewhere else? This morning, some possible answers. This morning, a potential close call caught on camera. A mysterious object captured on tape flying very close to the SpaceX Crew Dragon with 4 astronauts on board.
Mission and liftoff.
Take a look at this video. Just 12 minutes after the astronauts left planet Earth Friday morning, part of the Falcon 9 rocket separates from the Dragon. That's when some kind of object flies between the two. Take a closer look in slow motion. But what exactly was that object seen early in the flight? Sources telling us it appears to be ice from the liquid oxygen in that rocket. But this morning, no official confirmation on what it was.
The thing that makes me think that that is just most likely a piece of ice is that it happened right at the time where they were inserted into orbit.
Lots of hugs and smiles right now.
In the end, the astronauts arriving safely at the International Space Station over the weekend to begin their 6 months of research. And back here live at the Intrepid Museum in New York, we've got the Space Shuttle Enterprise right behind me. This actually played a huge role in understanding ice buildup during the shuttle days. Now this video may do the same, and SpaceX will likely look at it frame by frame.
Sounds good. All right, Gio, thank you. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel.
Okay. After this thing, we're gonna wrap it up. Okay, let's watch this one and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Now, I'm not gonna play my intro anymore. So I'm gonna be playing my outro, so I won't have a thumbnail. Very white. Eight minutes? Okay, we can do it. It's gonna be done at 28 minutes. When this video is gonna be 28 minutes long. Wow. Plus my outro. Whew. Okay, that's how they shot it. Okay. Oof, look at all those buttons. And they have to memorize what every button does. Must be a lot of buttons just turn it on. Not above them. Sounds like they're releasing air or putting air in it. Yeah, looking at the air pressure. No wax at all, or you'll freeze. And you won't have that air. The air will leak out, so every bolt counts. Okay. Are you gonna show me anything else? The buttons? This sounds like a modern warfare stuff. Alpha Bravo. NASA will prepare to lift off. Okay, we move before flight. Okay. I guess that's like the brake. Or, no, it's covering up a hose. I'll figure out how to turn on comments. Y'all comment down below what y'all, on the next video. Comment down below what you think that would be. That's full. It's covering up a hose. Maybe it keeps from the air outside coming. It's got 1 minute left. Okay. Now, if y'all are deaf or anything, they're talking in like code language and stuff. I don't know what they're saying. And you must be really good at driving because they have to actually park a certain hole into the drop thing where they can go through into the like other place. The gas. They have to do the gas too sometimes up there to come back. Oof. Now no one goes to moons anymore. Okay, if y'all like that video, please hit the subscribe button and leave a like. Bye.